Large knitting needles.
Hello and welcome once again to another episode of The Naked Turner. As you can see, it's getting a little chillier. Got my face shield on. Safety is of the utmost. The longer you turn safe, the longer you turn. So today I'm going to be turning something which I've never turned before, which is just a very simple spindle form in the shape of two knitting needles. I was asked by somebody at work if they might be able to consign me to make several knitting needles, and so I'm just going to make them and give them to them for a holiday gift. I'm doing that out of some spindle, and let me pan down here and show you the process. I'm going to be starting out using my roughing gouge. I have this piece of 3/4 inch, roughly 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch piece of spindle or spindle, and I have it chucked up in my jaws and on my center, my live center down on my tailstock. This piece of wood is 16 inches long, so I'll probably be making about a 15-inch long piece, somewhere around that realm. What I'm doing with this is I'm bringing my tool in, just rubbing the bevel and making a cut and moving along like a skew at about a 45-degree angle, and then coming back and moving in the other direction. I have a little bit of tear out right here, and it looks to me like if I run in this direction toward my headstock, I will encounter less tear out because the grain is laying down this way. So if I'm coming up this way, I'm going to end up, if I'm coming this way, I'm going to end up lifting underneath the flat grain on this side. Whereas if I'm coming in this way, I'll be moving across the top of the flat grain and down over the scales of that flat grain, or the mini escarpments of those pieces of grain. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to be coming down this way to avoid tear out. Let me finish this end part off here. Alright, have my spindle gouge here. Small detailing spindle gouge. The end down here for the end of the needle. Oh, excuse me. I'm creating the bead up here using my small spindle gouge here, detail spindle gouge. And this one is a Henry Taylor. which I want to get rid of. Slightly larger bead and a smaller bead. I'm going to narrow this down just a little bit more. But before I do that, I'm going to move down here and start creating the tip. Using my skew. Now I want to narrow this little bit. It's kind of defined for me where I'm going to be heading with it. But I do want to narrow this down just a little bit.
I'm using my skew in order to make this spindle a little bit narrower.
Okay. Now I'm going to apply some sanding sealer. I just sanded this down 320. Now I'm going to put on some sanding sealer. It's actually really nicely set up. So I have this one little chip right here, which I think what I want to do is fill that with some finish. So I might put a tiny dot of CA glue on that right now. Try to get that to fill that little void. So let me get the CA zip kicker, okay, and my zap and gap. All right, that's what I'm going to be using on this. Putting a little drop right there. Sometimes I'll let that harden on its own, but right now spray a little of the accelerator on it, just a tiny bit. I don't want it to accelerate too fast, because then it kind of, you'll see it bubbling up and a little bit of smoke is coming off of there. See that smoke right there? That is I believe what it's putting off is something like a cyanide gas, so you really don't want to breathe that. That is now completely hardened. So then what I can do is come back in here and sand that off. Okay, so here's the first one. I'm just going to finish off this point down here and part this off, but that's the first one. And then all I have to do is hopefully copy it as best as possible. So what I've done is taking a measurement right here before the break, which is about 1 inch away from this end, and then taking another measurement up here at the head, or actually the pommel of this needle. I'm not sure what you call this, but anyway, right up here at the end of this, and I've got that set for that. So that way, if I do my two ends where I know they're supposed to be and do a similar taper, I should be able to meet those 2 points on a continuous line. And all I have to do is get fairly close. And then what I was doing was using this flat sanding block to get rid of any irregularities that I might have, which luckily there weren't that many, so it didn't take that long. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some finish on this. Now, I'm going to take my burning wire. is a D string from my guitar. There we go. Now, move over a little more. Okay, so now I'm right down. So now I'm right down to a nice narrow little point, which I can just snap off like that. Back off my tailstock. Whoops, sorry. And all I have to do is sand that little nub right there down. Alright, and there we go. And so, like I was saying, I have my 2 calipers set for the major parts here. Then I'll just take some measurements for these beads. I'll reproduce this and make a set of knitting needles. Or maybe these are crochet, I'm not sure. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. I'm going to make a second one of these, and then what I'm going to do is post some photos at the end of this video. So, if you're a subscriber already, please like this video, pass it on, share it if you'd like to, and comment if you're interested in commenting, or if you have a particular idea that might make this knitting needle better for me the next time I make one. By all means, give me some constructive criticism. I'm always open to that. I believe that if we stop learning, we have stopped growing, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep learning, so I'm always challenging myself to find new ways of doing things. And when I see somebody else employing a method that looks better than a method that I might be stuck in, and maybe I'm thinking it's the best way to do it, and then all of a sudden I see somebody else doing something and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give that a try. So always stay open to new ways of turning and think outside the box. Give yourself the opportunity to grow. Okay, so I'm down here at the point end, and I made some registration marks here, and then kind of right about where my shoulder for this curve is. It's going to be curving down like that. Okay, so I've got that there, and then out here on the other end, forgive my, I'm taking and making a series of marks that are based on these notches and burn marks here. But first I'm going to get this down with a little bit of closer. First of all, I'm going to take this down right here at this shoulder until it's that thickness. Then up here, I'll take it down right here to that, and then I'll blend these two areas in. I want to be at this thickness. So I'm going to come in. Okay, so now right up here, I'm going to be coming in with my parting tool. So now I'll blend from there to there. There we go. Okay. Alright, take a look at that.
And here's the finished product. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.